India achieved its 8th consecutive ODI World Cup win, beating South Africa by a massive 43 runs. Virat Kohli's unbeaten century and record equaling 49th ODI century were the highlights. India now tops the table points, setting up a semi-final against the 4th-ranked team in this tournament. In a one-sided match at Kolkata's Eden Gardens, India chose to bat first, posting 326 for 5 in 50 overs in reply to South Africa's collapse, just 83 runs. Ravindra Jadeja took 5 wickets and India secured an impressive win. South Africa's biggest ODI defeat came against India, surpassing their previous record against Pakistan in 2002. In today's match, Bangladesh, well, we'll come to today's match a little later. We've got the coach of Virat Kohli, Mr. Rajkumar Sharma. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, Sunil.
So, till what time did the party and the celebration of his birthday last for you?
Yeah, Sunil, it was a wonderful day, and the night, I would say, return gift Virat has given to the whole country, and he made me so proud. It was really a very proud moment for me also, and for my family. We just celebrated, and it was a wonderful day, I would say. And what a day he chose to score and equalize that record of great Sachin Tendulkar.
Absolutely. There has been comparisons and everything put together. When you look at the stats, Virat is a shade better, or perhaps shade considerably higher, faster, speedier as compared to Sachin Tendulkar's record. But fans feel Virat is on a different stream level altogether. What do you have to say when the comparisons come like this, that about Sachin Tendulkar and Virat Kohli?
No, it's not a mean feat, equalizing the great Sachin Tendulkar,
Right.
the guy who served the country for 24 years, Right. So, and Virat being his idol, Sachin being idol of Virat has always said that he used to idolize Sachin Tendulkar. So it is a
But
big...
sir, one important point. Cricket is all about stats and comparison and everything that you see on the board. Virat Kohli took far less time as compared to Sachin Tendulkar's thing. And therefore, people are comparing him perhaps 2 or 3 shades better than Sachin Tendulkar in today's context. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I don't want to compare both of them. Both of them are, great players. And
Right.
Sachin did it in his time. Now Virat is doing. So it is good for the country that both are Indians and who has reached that level. And yes, he has played very less innings, and that is a big achievement. Again, another remarkable feat from Virat.
Sir, fans want to know, you've spoken to him last night. How does he take it? I mean, such records, good. He speaks good on television, talking about his idol, his feelings. But the real feelings, I mean, you're privy to. But if you can share with our fans, how does he take such big records? Does he take it in stride, or he just says, okay, sir, thank you. Bahut shukriya.
He just take it lightly, He's happy. He understands the importance and of this, 4900. Right. He very well understand it. But he just take it easy that, yes, he's happy about it that I have achieved this. But nothing more than that. He just wants that we should win this World Cup. Our team should win. That is more important for him, because he has always kept the team ahead of himself.
Absolutely, he has. Absolutely. Well, moving on to today's match, Bangladesh faces Sri Lanka at Delhi's Arun Jaitley Stadium, but both teams are already out of the World Cup. Sri Lanka has a strong historical record against Bangladesh. Delhi's pitch usually favors the spinners, but batsmen have excelled in this World Cup. Dew may play a role, so the toss could be crucial. Well, last time when Australia faced Netherlands, it was pure carnage in the second inning. But again, let's join our colleague and friend Tasneem Granger, who joins us through Zoom in Delhi, in the pollution-filled Delhi, in a gas chamber-filled Delhi. Tasneem, how are you feeling first of all?
Good morning. A lot better, to be honest with you, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, just take us through what is in store for us in today's match.
Yeah, definitely. So, it's a bit of one of those games that used to still be a bit inconsequential. You got a bottom of the table clash. But
Right.
with the introduction of the Champions Trophy, it is definitely still something for teams to fight for, I believe. Even though they both find themselves towards the bottom of the table right now, you have Bangladesh sitting at number 9 and you have Sri Lanka at number 7. If Bangladesh would just have to cause a bit of an upset, Sri Lanka would still be fighting to stay within the top 7 of this log and book themselves a place in the Champions Trophy.
So where does
Head
it?
to head,
Yeah, go on.
go
Go on.
on.
Where does it lead the two teams? You've spoken about Bangladesh. What about Sri Lanka in terms of their overall nomenclature?
Yeah, so currently they're sitting at 7th, and if they lose that spot, then that means they have to go through the qualification process to get into the Champions Trophy as well. And again, I'll reiterate what the Champions Trophy just means, for teams. It's a case where you now are given the opportunity to play against the likes of Australia and India and anybody that's sitting in the top 7. Whereas normally when you try and get fixtures against teams like that, they usually have a fully booked up calendar already.
Well,
So
that's
this now then becomes a force that you have to play those teams, and those teams have to play you, even no matter how inconsequential they feel those matches may be for them.
well, absolutely. Let's look at head-to-head between the two teams, and then we'll go to Mr. Rajkumar Sharma because he's the big boss of the stadium where this match is going to be played today.
So head to head, these two teams have faced each other on 53 occasions in ODIs. Of that, Sri Lanka have been on the winning end 42 times to just 9 times for Bangladesh. So a big record for them there. In head-to-head in World Cups, they've met each other 4 times. Of these, Sri Lanka have won 3 times. Bangladesh has not won anything as well. So it's going to be good for them, Bangladesh to get one up on Sri Lanka. They haven't found themselves on the winning end, especially at World Cup tournaments. And what a greater time to do it than to cause a bit of a shift on the log.
Well, absolutely. What a greater time then to do it. How about the situation? If you're a player, last evening we spoke about deteriorating condition of weather, atmosphere, the air, the AQI, everything that you talk about. How do you see that situation, especially from a player's perspective? Do you think it'll be a great side or a bad side when players walk in with masks?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a tough situation. Speaking as a player, there's nothing more we want to do but to step on the field. It's all they've been working for all year to come out to this World Cup and show what they've got. So they might not entirely consider possible later repercussions that may come out of the event. I'm sure they'd even put the state of stepping on the field on wearing masks rather than just not playing at all. But I have noticed in the past couple of days that it's a lot thicker during the mornings, but it does get a bit lighter during the afternoon. So hopefully it will be the case as well today, and the match will go on.
Absolutely, the match will go on. What a better way than to ask the director of DDCA, the man in charge of the stadium, of the pitch and everything put together. Mr. Rajkumar Sharma, you're wearing another hat today of the director of DDCA. Just tell us how the pitch will play, and do you think that air is a concern right now from a player's perspective?
Well, regarding the wicket, Sunil, it is one of the best wicket in India now. Best wicket, I would say, is for the batsmen.
Yes.
Because T20 cricket and one-day cricket, the wicket is considered to be good, which helps the batsmen, where they can play their shot, because fans want to see a lot of boundaries and sixes. So that way, Delhi is one of the best hunting
Venues.
ground for the batsmen. And looking at the air quality, if you talk, yes, it is bad. It is worse in Delhi, and it happens every year. And I mean, I'm sorry to say that no actions are taken against this, and it really affects the players also. Players, because if you see if a fast bowler running to bowl at 140, he just puts in everything, and with this polluted air, he'll face problems. So it is bad, and some action should be taken against this. A lot of talks have been going around. Every year it happens, and no actions are taken. I don't know what the government does about this. So I think somebody should be accountable for such things, and it really hampers the players' health and all the spectators as well. They would be going in chamber of gas today.
Absolutely, it's a chamber of gas virtually. Well, we at NewsX have been taking this point up quite vociferously, but let's see how things shape up. But sir, let's take a step back and talk about these two things. Of course, Sri Lanka, you've seen the days of Sri Lanka when they were let loose, especially the 1996 World Cup and infamous victory where several Jayasuriya smashed records and broke several careers, if you remember that match. So how different would Sri Lanka be from the 96 team that walked in with the trophy as compared to what we have now? How is the Sri Lankan side? Yeah.
I mean, you can't compare that team. That was a brilliant team, Sunil, that had great players. And somehow those things are missing in Sri Lankan cricket for past so many years. So I think Sri Lanka will play for their pride. They would like to remain in the first eight. That would be their motive now. And they already know that they are out of the contention for semi-finals. So they have just to play for the pride and for their fans that yes, we did something good beating Bangladesh. There's nothing much more than that, but you can't compare this team with the team that won the World Cup.
Do you remember the match that happened in 1996 where Sanat Jayasuriya smashed and Kalu Vitarna smashed I mean, they literally broke the careers and some records. Your memories?
I do. Yes, I do remember, and I remember Delhi, and they started that culture of hitting in power play.
Yes.
Sanat Jayasuriya and Kalu Vitarna. They started it in Australia in Champions Trophy, and from there on, they never, took a back step. And in the World Cup, they really both of them dominated. And I remember Delhi, our fast bowlers bowling spin bowling to them. So that was how dominant that team was. So that is what I'm saying now. You can't compare that team with the current the Sri Lankan team, and that is the sad part of Sri Lankan
sad part of Sri Lankan cricket. Well, one saw them at the World Cup qualifiers in Zimbabwe a couple of months ago, and they looked like a team which was completely out with injuries, and they were looking to redeem their lost pride. But somehow the foreign coach and the new infusion of new talent could not help. Tasneem, one important question. Since you're from Zimbabwe, you saw those matches in Bulawayo. I have to ask you, what made this team click so well during the qualifiers where they could get out all the teams? 100% they had the record of bowling out the opposition, taking all the 10 wickets, and here they just looked like a pale shadow of what they were.
Yeah, I think it's a different thing all in all. Like you said, they were plagued by a bit of injuries leading out of that tournament. They were completely unbeaten when they did play in Zimbabwe. And I'll say it again, I believe they are missing a key player in Hasaranga. He just tore through teams in Zimbabwe. He was their talisman. He was the magician for Sri Lanka. And I'm not entirely unclear on why he wasn't a part of the squad. Maybe he's part of the injury list as well. But yeah, he was just the key element for me in Zimbabwe. That's all teams focused on was how to get through Hasaranga's overs, how to get through his 10, survive his 10, and then start to accumulate after that, definitely.
Well, one interesting thing, and again, this is from Coach Raj Kumar Sharma, the coach himself. This is about coaching. You have two of the best guys heading both the teams. When you look at Sri Lanka, it's Chris Silverwood, and when you look at Bangladesh, it is Alan Donald as a part of the coaching team. Sir, is getting the foreign coach the quick fix solution? Because it has failed miserably when you look at it, including England's. They've imported a women's cricket coach to get them to the next level, but surprisingly, all three coaches have let them down, including Mickey Arthur. Your views, sir? Is the foreign coach the solution, or the days are gone?
I won't say the days are gone, but I have never been in favor of foreign coaches. Sunil, like India also tried such things, and apart from one coach from South Africa, nobody succeeded so well for India also. And look at these three guys. They are high-profile coaches. They are charging so much from the respective boards, but they are not able to deliver. It's not that they are not good enough, but understanding local guys is totally different. It is language barrier at times.
Yes.
It is the local, a local guy can understand the team better than what a foreigner can do. The only advantage with a foreign guy is that he's not biased. He is neutral. And
Yes.
that is the only reason why respective boards want that we want a neutral guy who will play the best possible team. But at the same time, they are not so good to understand the local players and to understand how they have grown up. They are
Right.
just coming. And like if you see, if some foreign coach comes and what he's going to teach to Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli. They have grown from under 19s to become great players. And what a foreign coach will do, how we'll know that how they have evolved since their childhood. So it is always better to have local coaches because they communicate well, they understand the conditions better, and the only disadvantage, as I said, is sometimes they are biased. They have strong liking and disliking for few players in local cricket.
Well, absolutely. Well, there was a super coach talking about the other star coaches of the World Cup team.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.